Hello, punk and rock metalheads. It is I, Peter of the Z-Rocks Theory, here to talk about, well, last time, if you recall, I seem to have discussed about how I was essentially bullied into getting banned on the Metal Meltdown and the Metal Trenches. But today I'm going to talk about something a little bit more interesting that I've noticed, something that I've heard talked about on many a video, but I've never really put my hat into the ring. Well, now I've put my hat into the ring, and this is what I have to say. You see, I'm a fan of, say, two things: Eminem as a rapper and South Park as one of my favorite cartoons. What do those have in common besides those being my favorites of the particular genres and pieces of entertainment? Sorry. It's that both of them are made to push the envelope. They're made to dare you to watch them. Specifically, those of which that they know are squeamish, that they know can't really handle certain stereotypes being aired to provide a cultural message, and so on and so forth. Even Eminem himself created the Slim Shady Show as a tribute to South Park. But something has just fallen completely and utterly flat that just does not work anymore. And one of the prime examples that I can think of is a certain Canadian rapper by the name of Tom Macdonald. About your race, don't care about your politics, we're all the same. I don't discriminate or make apologies. Screw everybody. So, me personally, I prefer to call him Knox and Stevie Knight's boy, or pet, if you will, because there's rarely, if ever, a time where I can think of where either Knox or Stevie Knight, or really any Tom Macdonald fans, have really gone and even remotely criticized this man for some, if not half, of the things that he has said, because even though he is being edgy, even though he is someone who is technically doing a lot of the things that Eminem and South Park are famous for, which is pushing the envelope, the message is not there. The sincerity is not there. The offensiveness is replaced with just complete and utter bad taste. And there is a difference. Because to be offensive, you have to actually know your audience. You have to know and respect those around you. And that's where Marshall Bruce Mathers succeeds. That's where Matt Stone and Trey Parker succeed. And where guys like Tom Macdonald or any of these other MAGA rappers have, again, absolutely fallen flat. And then we get to our final part, the last piece of the pie, and that is conservatism. Is the rise of MAGA rappers. Now, I just want to be clear, for those of you who don't know, rap has always had a form of sexism, homophobia, and transphobia embedded into it, and same thing with punk and metal. There's a reason why when you listen to half of those songs, they say many of homophobic slurs and even trans slurs. The point being is this, and that being that the music has become even more focused on the politics, more focused on the hatred. You see, the hatred was always there. There was always homophobia and transphobia within the genres that I just listed. But now, with the rise of the internet, with even more voices and more of a focus and an importance on how, hey, we need to hate these people because they're different from us, now it's become even more vocal. That's why it's a little bit more easier to listen to Big Daddy Kane talking about how pimpin' ain't easy and how he's anti-you-know-what that rhymes with maggot versus, say, someone like Tom Macdonald who says there's only two genders, boy and girl. It's like they want to go back to hip-hop, back to the days of when it was quote-unquote not woke, but then at the same time, they also want to go even backwards, meaning they want to try to make the good music and keep a lot of the old school hatred and bigotry, because the old school hatred and bigotry was always within those genres. As I've said, and will always say until I'm blue in the face, the only thing that has truly changed is that the music is terrible, that they're not trying as hard enough, but they're doing a bang-up job with hatred. That's all I gotta say. What are your thoughts? Leave them down below. Stay rocking and keep thrashing. I'm Pete from the Z-Rocks Theory. And the last thing that I want to say is that no matter what type of metal, what type of rock, what type of punk, what type of hip-hop you're into, know this. If you are filled with nothing but racism, homophobia, and transphobia, it's going to show within your music. You can tell when someone is really trying, when someone really cares about their craft. Because at the end of the day, hatred is far more harder to do than to love.